Let's get feisty with some chess. I've got black against ZDZ234F on Lead Chess here. 10-minute game, 5-second delay increment. I've also optimized my audio. I hope my mic is coming through better and the music is coming through at an appropriate level. Figuring this stuff out. But looks like this is not to be today with... Oh, okay. ZDZ has made a move. Let's go for knight f6. I've been wanting to get a King's Indian defense in. Yeah, it looks like we might just get there. Knight c3 is the main move here. And we'll continue with bishop g7. That invites e4. Okay, we want to stop e5 with d6 before we castle. Saemisch variation. Okay. I don't know this variation as well. I forget the plans here. I think I'm pretty sure that castling kingside is a good move. White's going to plan to castle queenside. Okay, bishop e3. I think c5 might still be the move here. I'm not sure. With the idea of going c5, I'm going to go knight to a6 right now. At the very least, my knight will end up on c7, somewhat usefully. Okay, so here comes c5. Not afraid of a queen trade here. Okay. Useful moves for black. Maybe it's time for this other knight to clear the way for the bishop on g7. I'd go knight h5. That doesn't seem very good. Knight d7. Not sure about that one either. Knight e8. Okay, I'm going to go knight d7 without putting too much thought into this. So I'm putting extra pressure on d4. Okay. Okay. I can actually go knight e5. Is that worthwhile here? He's fixed the pawn structure. My breaks are going to be f5 or e6 or maybe b5. There's also knight b6 or knight e5. Both of them hit c4. Demand some kind of response by black. He's already played his knight to e2, so I'm going to play f5 here. Before he can get knight g3 in, I'm going to play this. And also, if he recaptures, you can recapture with the pawn. He doesn't get to put a knight on f3 because he's already played that knight to e2. I really like the look of my bishop here. This bishop and those pawns, we've really got control over these dark squares. This pawn on d5 cramps me a little bit, but it also keeps any pieces out of d5 for white, including a queen that might throw a check and a fork at my king. So I don't think I need to worry about something like king h8 for now anyway. Okay, white is immediately starting operations on the queen side, on the king side. Let's go ahead and open that rook up. probably wants to take with the pawn. Oh. Oh, the queen guards b2. Okay, I've got a clever idea here. My knight's coming to e5, and the threat, the simple threat is this, but a more fun threat is rook takes f3. I don't think he can stop both of those threats. Rook takes f3 works because f3 is very weakened, and he can't recapture the rook. Thanks to knight f3, forking queen and king here. So maybe white should have been castled first. Okay, now rook f3 actually hits, well, hits two minor pieces. Yeah, I've really got to go for this. I cannot resist. And now I'm threatening taking here and then taking on c4 as well, hitting that bishop and queen. I really like how this is looking. Fun to find a little tactic like that. So maybe he can just castle. His stuff is defended. But if he does that, I might just take on f1 and then grab on c4. And I've got a big center, and I got my two bishops, which are much better than his rooks right now. That extra exchange. Okay. I might have to give up the rook for that bishop this way. He still can't take on f3. Maybe I have this chance to get knight b4 in? Knight b4. Bishop takes e5. Then I have to go rook takes f1, check. Say rook takes f1 after that, and then bishop takes e5. I've got one pawn in exchange for that. Maybe rook f1 right now. Just continuing with this plan. I'll still be hitting the queen. This definitely looks like the more valuable bishop to take, but this pawn is super valuable because it leaves d5 very weak. And this also, well, he can capture with three different ways. I don't think any of them looks good for him. He wants his rook on h1. And, okay, king comes to the f-file. He didn't want to drop that knight back either. Okay, we've got our two pawns for the exchange, as planned. We're going to hit this, we're going to grab this pawn too, probably. Unless I see a compelling reason not to. Well, not sure about that. Maybe we'll just go b5. White can't castle. Got ideas of queen f8. Does queen f8 right now make sense? Queen f8, queen takes c4, queen takes f4, check. King g1. Ooh, bishop d4 check looks kind of crushing. King h2. Oh. Okay, that line looks good. But he can also protect with his queen, but if he does so, my knight can just simply stay on c4. So let's do this. Queen f8. Got a pin on that bishop. I think we're winning here. If he goes for... okay. Ooh. I don't have... knight... no. D2 is too well guarded here. This does give me bishop takes b2. Also have h4, planning bishop g4. What does he do about that? I'm not sure I want to go all in for b2 there. b2 is not important in this position. This knight on a6 needs to play. I gotta go here. It's the best idea I can find at the moment. You can get a knight to g5. Plan is bishop here, and if the queen drops back to f2, I've got bishop d4. This just looks really good. And the knight on g5 isn't doing too much. Bishop on g5. Okay. Yeah, let's just get mobilized here. I think he's just got to trade queens, and then we're hitting him with check. A little weak on e7. The king can always come to quickly defend that. Okay. He's got his two rooks, but he's not really playing with either one of them. We've got the initiative. If he steps to g1, where he probably wants to step, I've always got this intermediate check from the bishop. Yeah, again, b2 is not... okay, b2 looks pretty good. I'm gonna go for b2, and I've always got this bishop check on d4 against like rook b1. Okay. He wants to trade off rooks. Let's not accelerate his development. Let's make him do the trades here. I'm forking these two pawns. I'm okay with this. Okay, I really like how the bishops are looking here. Go b6. Rook can't come here to attack this knight or there to attack that knight. Can give check. Okay, I think I'm fine if I go to the center. I think I just start rolling with my pawns on the queen side, perhaps. Okay, I have, I think, an easy answer to this. Yeah. Just block up that file. Now we're ready to roll with, well, b6, maybe d5. Lots of ideas here. b5. Yeah, my bishops are just great. Knight d3. It's okay. Okay, I'm happy about this. Knight d5 comes in, but... Sorry, knight e4. I always have a check on d4. Oh, sorry, e5. Okay, let's give the check. I don't think I have a whole lot to fear from rook f8 check. In any case, I can play bishop back to... Yeah, I can block this open file with the bishop. Okay. Very satisfied with this. I got knight e... No, I don't have knight e3. This bishop covers that. Probably b6. He doesn't have any tactics here. My bishop covers things. Let's just protect that knight. Probably wants to come in here, I guess. g5. I don't see where that knight's going from there. Okay. Didn't want any tactics here on d6 or f6. Just keep playing on the queen side. If this king takes too many steps forward, I might have some tactics. Don't think I would like to trade bishops. I'd rather have 2 bishops against a bishop and knight if we're going to simplify here. Let's keep pushing. Now we can go c5, as long as we're secure of it. As long as that bishop gets secured. If he wants to trade, we'll just trade on our terms. Oh, that's not a trade. That is a hung piece. Oof. Okay. Well, onward. We've still got things going on here, don't we? Don't I? Get the rook. I'm still only down 1 pawn. I'm down a rook here. I have 4 pawns for that rook, and some of them are quite advanced. So yeah, that knight is guarded. Let's press onward. I think things are falling apart here. If he takes on f5, I've got c2. Okay, now I'm not down so much material. Let's just keep some pawns rolling. Remove that capture. He's got a weak g3 pawn. Probably rook c2 is a huge blunder here, fortunately. Okay, we're rolling with these pawns. Our knight really covers a lot of important stuff. We'll be able to get d4 in if he goes rook c2. And now he's losing this pawn. Yeah, I think, and this also covers the queening square, so if rook a1, I've got c2 here. Okay. If he plays king d2, I just promote, and we trade off all the stuff, and I've got an obviously winning king and pawn ending. Okay, one big blunder this game, but fortunately I had a good enough position that didn't end up swinging the game. Okay. King's Indian Defense, Saemisch variation. I've not ever played a King's Indian Defense like that. I don't play it often enough. I've been meaning to play it more often. With against d4, I tend to try all the different openings. Haven't quite found one that's like my style. I do a lot of Budapest. Tried playing the Ninzo Indian recently, but I think I've just got to stick with some of the ones I've tried earlier. And the King's Indian I have tried, and I've memorized a couple stem games. Those were probably long since not memorized by me, out of my memory at this point, but you still remember a lot of the themes. And the usual King's Indian themes that I've studied have been when white goes knight f3 and plays the classical and castles on king side. But this idea with f3 is the castle queen side, Saemisch variation. White never got to that here, and I think, yeah, I was happy with how this went. Pull up the analysis board. Happy to find some of these nice tactics, and that's why you play the King's Indian, right? Okay, it says white has a big advantage here, but I think that's generally true of the King's Indian. Computer doesn't like it. What's it recommending here? F5. This is when I first enacted this plan, my first plan of the game. It likes H5. Not a big fan of F5. But the concrete idea here is to open up that F file for the rook. It does like knight takes e4. Okay, it doesn't like knight g3, it likes knight f4. Yeah, rook takes... Knight f4 is the one way to meet this threat of rook takes f3. So rook f3. Okay, this is the computer's preferred line. Yeah, queen f8. Now knight f6. Ooh, that's interesting. No, now it says queen takes c4. This is the line I saw. Queen takes c4, queen f4, and then you can't go here. Huh. Bishop d4, and then you just get mated. Queen has to take the bishop. So the king's got to go back to the center, which isn't so bad because you do have this rook f1 idea. Now knight b4. What if rook f1 now? Queen e3, queen e2. Now we're getting this fork in. Or knight d3 is worse even. Okay, none of this looks good for white, of course. The computer already says this is +5 for black, -5 for black. Ooh, bishop g4 right here? Not even preparing it? Hold on, how does this work? Bishop g4, queen takes g4, knight e3 check. That pins his f4 bishop. Knight e3 check. Oh, right! Oh, wow. I didn't see this. I have to show you. I don't need to play h4 to prepare that. I've got that right there because that bishop is pinned. And this is yet another fork. So, wow. Bishop takes b2, it likes. Okay. Yeah, bishop b2. Rook f7. Huh. Just to get that king up there. I decided to make another useful move. I'm holding an advantage here. Bishop e5. I like this bishop being here just to stop any tactics on the b file with the rook for now. I mean, there's many ways to win this. It's such an advantage here that it doesn't matter that I drop a piece. It's playing pretty well, but not playing fast enough, of course. Okay, not realizing he's hitting my bishop. I should just trade here. Oh, bishop h3. Why not? Oh, bishop h3, I see. This is a simplifying tactic, because now he's got to... Yeah, and this is just completely crushing. A4 is the quickest way to go about it. There's no stopping b3, b2. The rook is pinned down to that. And look at all those pawns. My goodness. Instead, I gave up a piece, and now I'm down a rook. But I found some tricks. Even here, I'm still winning. It's nice to have a position where you can give up a piece, be down a rook for a bunch of pawns, and still be winning. Knight d3. Ooh, hold on. He missed his chance. I thought this was enough to win. Oh no, because you can take... Yeah. This stuff doesn't work. Okay, we were both... Well, I was especially low on time. My opponent wasn't so low on time. So that was the big critical error that put my position into losing. I should go e5. And probably he would take. But then look at these pawns. Dude, that rook. King, this knight is so strong. This knight is as good as a rook right here anyway. So it's really, I'm just down like a bishop for these pawns. And my plan is pretty obvious, I guess. King here, start pushing pawns. What can white do? Just a sample line here. Yeah, king e6. I don't even need to do that, because the knight protects this pawn as well. King e2. e4, just shore up that knight. If I go d5, then rook takes d3, and this looks a lot dicier. He's got a pawn back. Yeah, and I'd be lucky to hold that for a draw, I think. c3. Forget about this d pawn, huh? I mean, there's just so many ways to win this. Now we just start pushing. It's like horde mode here. Okay. But that was a mistake. It's funny. It's not a move I recognize as a mistake in the game at all. Although this one I recognize as a big mistake. Playing that bishop hang. Didn't lose my cool. I'm proud of myself for that. So once he gives up the bishop, I do have... This is a line I saw that's kind of neat. Oops, I don't take back there. I go like this. And there's no stopping that queen on c1. Yeah, now I'm just down in exchange. I've got a lot of pawns in compensation. Okay. Alright, a couple of momentary lapses of reason, again due to time trouble, but I got through it because I had a really good position thanks to the time I'd invested in the position. So, pretty rewarding win, but also I just need to not get in time trouble. So, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoy these. Stay feisty.